One, two, one, two, one, two. So what? So hopefully we on this time. Let me check on my phone because I had a little video that I was trying to download too. Okay. So yeah, once I see myself over there, I know we doing something. I got two people on deck. Um, just bear with me 1 minute because I'm gonna try to download this other little video that I want. It's nothing. It's really nothing. But I want to put it up there. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, okay. I got a few people that's in. Tap in. Let me know we back. Sometimes they do that. B. It's just I don't know, man. Restream. I ain't gonna say they ain't the best. Maybe I just gotta upgrade. You know what I mean? Because I'm paying like the bare minimum a month to stream on their services, but it's always some type of foolishness, man. That be going on, and so that's where it be clicking off. You dig what I'm saying? And so if y'all was there, okay, yeah, we back, Salisa. Right on, right on, right on. So what I was trying to say is what I really do want to say is happy birthday to Jada. Right now I know you're going through like a little funk, little sis, but listen, keep your head up, stay in prayer, man. Understand this. Listen, man, I don't want to talk too much about one thing, but I definitely want to bring this issue up, and I want you to listen to this, Jada. Whenever God is taking you through something, He's taking you through something, and then He's bringing you out. So therefore, you have a reason to glorify Him and testify to Him. Auntie, what's happening? How you doing down there? That's my Auntie Diane, all the way down in Texas. Abu, what's going down? What's up, brother? Bless you too. Yeah. Sometimes my streaming services be going in and out, and so we back. But I wanted to say happy birthday to my sis, Lejada. Happy birthday to Tasha T. Be safe, safe travels to Mount Sinai. They went up to Des Moines. Hopefully they coming back safe and sound. Tasha birthday party was off the charts. Nice, like grown people venue. Everybody was nice. Everything was cool. But I had to shout out Nick for getting me the bottle of the juice, the grape juice, man, because I don't drink liquor. And so, like I was telling y'all, a lot of times I don't want to go and to a place and taste like non-alcoholic gin or non-alcoholic beer, if that makes sense. I just don't drink, and I don't really care to drink no more. But yeah, so if y'all remember Thursday, we had like a bunch of nice little quotes that we was doing, and we was saying, "Do a soulmate exist?" And I knew we was gonna have to do like a part two. You dig what I'm saying? And so listen, if there's anybody log in your answers, and that way I'll post them. But we got a like a nice little response from do soulmates exist? And today I was saying everybody has a soulmate. Now let me clear that up though, because here's the thing. If here's the scripture right here. I don't want to get too biblical on you because you know I'm a straight Christian and I'll go to the Bible, and then sometimes it might go over people's head if they ain't reading the word, then you know what I mean. But I want you to get this. There's a scripture where in the Bible where it says, God is a spirit, and those that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. And if you feel like there's a soulmate, then you gotta feel like there's God. You dig what I'm saying? You can't have a soulmate if there's no God, because that's the soul part. Your heart, your mind, and your will. It's got to be somebody that's on the same frequency. You know, y'all got to share the same thoughts. Y'all wills, y'all want the same thing in life. You dig what I'm saying? You don't have to be identical, like everything I like you have to like it, but you have to be able to support what I do, and I got to be able to support what you do. You dig what I'm saying? Remember we was talking about it's got to be a best friend, a partner in crime, a mentor, and I forgot the other one. I have to go back and get my other notes. But keep the partner in crime type thing, because a lot of times we ain't talking about go out and rob no bank, but I'm saying like I like to see a couple that ride together. Like man, if you jump on fam, his girl is his girl is gonna fight with him. Like you dig what I'm saying? If you hit him, they both gonna fight you. You dig what I'm saying? And that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. I need me a woman like that. And I mean, and that ain't just the element of a soulmate, but you gotta be compatible. You know, you have to be excited about who this guy is. He has to be excited about, his girl. Like, man, like I need to be proud of her. I like the way that she move and groove. I like that she's a boss. I like the way that she do things. You can't be intimidated and jealous if your woman is a go-getter and she make money. You dig what I'm saying? There it is. Let me post that one, CT. You said oneness. That's good. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to say. It has to be a oneness, and you're not falling out every week, misunderstanding. So let me see if I got this video because I want to show y'all this, and it didn't. I don't know if it uploaded. Let me see if it's gonna upload. Let me see. We're gonna try it again. And if it uploads. But I'm gonna show you this because it says a little things. Because remember the last time we left off, remember the one thing that I was saying, and this is what somebody inboxed me and they said they got something out of it. You will never call the police on your soulmate. Does that make sense? You dig what I'm saying? And so when I think back when we was doing domestic violence awareness month, you know what I mean, and all of those types of things, you will never call the police on your soulmate. You know what I mean? Your soulmate is not going to be in your house and your children are going to be in danger. You dig what I'm saying? Or your other family members is going to be in danger. Your soulmate ain't going to be in the house and when your girlfriends come through, you can't trust him with your girlfriends. You dig what I'm saying? Vice versa, you can't trust your girl around your guys. You dig what I'm saying? If something happened to you, you out of town, or if you happen to go to jail and you do some time, then you got to worry about, what I mean, if your girl is doing this and that. It's unfortunate because it does happen. And so it ain't just men, what I mean, who might be trying to creep with their girls, what I mean, friends. A lot of times women will behind their guys back. You dig what I'm saying? They'll go do some dummy moves just because they feel like this dude has got some paper, or you dig what I'm saying? And so we're gonna get into it and we're gonna break a lot of the stuff down. And so the reason why I was doing a part two is because one of the things I wanted everybody to understand is just like the way R.C. Blakes was pointed out to me. Now listen to this; it makes a lot of sense. He says, remember in the garden when God created Eve and He brung her to Adam. Now, once did Adam compliment her body or how her physical attraction is? The first thing he did is he spoke into her soul and he says, finally, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. Basically, like saying, okay, here go my ride or die partner. Not only that, he prophesied over her life. He automatically took leadership because he says, woman, he says, because you was taken from my rib, this one shall be called woman. So he spoke into her life. So out the gate, your soulmate, he should be already established. And I think you need to understand this. Like when you run into somebody, they shouldn't be so caught up into your physical attraction. This person needs to make love to your mind, if that makes sense. If that makes any type of sense. So while that's down low, let me get my chats back up here because it might down. But God said it is not good for man to be alone. Therefore, I will make him a helper. So now back to the point of soulmate. If you trying to get ahead of God to find your soulmate, you're gonna bump into a brick wall. And that's the reason why a lot of people be in a bunch of miscellaneous relationships that ain't going nowhere. And next thing you know, it's a bunch of crying and boo-hooing and boy, people getting their clothes cut up, they getting their bleach, cutting tires, stuff like that, windows getting busted out. That ain't your soulmate, fam. Your soulmate ain't supposed to, bust your windows out or cut your tire or pour sugar in your tank. That's your enemy, fam. That ain't your soulmate. That's your enemy, dog. Y'all at war with each other. You should say powerful. Yeah, what's up, cuz? I can, cause some of the times I can't see all the names on the tags. But yeah, you know what I mean? You and your soulmate gotta be clicking. So, I got some more information for y'all. So I'm glad the ladies is here. Fellas, man, please tap into this. Because this is one of the things that we was talking about. And y'all gotta get this down packed. This even woke me up and I'm doing kind of good, but I'm not saying I'm 100% at this. But I'm telling you, this is something that I think is cool. Soul tie versus a soulmate. You got to start tracking your attraction. You got to check your attractions. You got to try to evaluate what you are attracted to. You dig what I'm saying? Because a lot of times You might look at, remember what we was talking about, like say for instance, um, if a dude is tall, dark, or handsome, what if he's a D-boy? He's sitting on rims, he's got jewelry. What if he got a name as a shooter on the street or a thug or something like that? Some ladies are wrapped up into like this type of thug type of guy. But are you attracted are you attracted to him physically, or are you attracted to him, his like his mind, his emotions? Can this dude stimulate you mentally? You dig what I'm saying? Can you and this guy sit down, or this woman, not just us? You dig what I'm saying? I'm talking about when we rapping on the phone, or whenever we having a conversation, we go out to eat or something like that. Man, can we have a good conversation? I'm talking about, can we talk about anything and the conversation is alive? We excited to talk about stuff. We share the same values and opinions on things. It's like if your heart is chasing physical attraction, then this is a soul tie. And see, the soul tie is gonna make you smaller, but the soulmate is gonna make you bigger. You dig what I'm saying? Cause see, what happens is, and I know we talk about this a lot, is that when you get into a soul tie can usher a demon into your life. And see, a lot of us don't be looking at it like that. You dig what I'm saying? Remember, I was telling you about this girl, and the way this dude was breaking it down. Because remember, the Bible says whenever you have sex, when the person have sex, they become one. So when you and the person have sex, whenever the sex is over with, y'all pull from each other. You pull a little bit from her spirit, she pull a little bit from your spirit. So what's ever going on inside this person's mind or their heart, or what's ever going on in their life, whether it's chaotic, what if it's messy, what if they're a troublemaker, what if they're a gossiper, a liar, addicted to drugs, you take on a chance at pulling that on and bringing it into your life. And so he was explaining it to me to a deeper level to this right here. He said, sometimes when a woman is dating a man who's physically abusive, sometimes after having sex with him for so many times, she started pulling away from his spirit, and so now she think that physical abusiveness is good. She's starting to think that that's good energy. She's starting to look at this dude like, uh okay, when she get away from him, she finds another guy, and he beating on her too. So now she feel like if a dude don't put his hands on her, he don't love her. You know what I mean? And I thought about that, and I was like, wow, you know. And for a minute, it just seems like I seen people in situations like that. And you done probably had girlfriends, or maybe you done been in a situation like that where you've been in an abusive relationship, and for some odd reason you stuck in that relationship and you don't know why you can't get out of it. You know, a soulmate attract God in your life, and it will make things better, and it's gonna make you bigger. Because remember, we were saying a soulmate. Listen, if I come into a lady's life, fam, if I can't make you better, I don't got nothing to do. I ain't coming. I ain't hanging out with you. You dig what I'm saying? For real, for real. If you can't make me better, listen, I don't know what to tell you, little mama, because I'm gonna lose interest. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody, or I just like I'm the perfect man, but I know what a man is. I have to have something to do. I know that I'm good in a relationship when I do manly things. You dig what I'm saying? I know how to lead. I know how to pray. I know how to read the Bible. I know how to go out and get money. You dig what I'm saying? I know what I'm supposed to do in any type of relationship. And when I come to the table, I'm looking for that, because that's what I need to do. And because this is what God tells me to do. When I pray, he gives me value in my life. He done already showed me what he created me for. He done gave me my missions. It's the things that I'm passionate about. And you see me in my drive. You see me when I do my public speaking thing. You see I'm passionate about that. You see me when I'm cutting hair. I'm passionate about that. So evidently, you know what I mean? You know some of my moves and some of my grooves. Listen, if I come into your life, you need to be excited for what I do and be able to, you know what I mean, help me over there. And then I need to know what you do. You dig what I'm saying? If I do not know who you are, I don't know how to help you. So a lot of y'all is miserable running around, and you winding up and you just having sex with people, and you ain't doing nothing but making soul ties. You ain't finding no soulmate, you finding a soul tie. And what that could possibly be doing is ushering into a demon into your life. And then you wondering why your relationships is all mixed up. So remember this, everybody. Evaluate what you're attracted to. Waiting on God to send someone, but attracting bad energy. You know what I mean? Do you see people like that? Always talking about, man, I'm waiting on God to do this and that. but you attract bad energy. You know why? I mean, like I told you, for real, I come from the streets, I come from the mud. You know what I mean? Food stamps. You know what I mean? All of that. But I'm talking about I just know how to get it from the mud. You know what I mean? And I got to tell you right now, I can't glorify that life. I ain't gonna even front to you, because when I was out there and that's the life that I was living, I'm taking penitentiary, not looking to what God has called me to be. And if you a thug and you living a thug life, God, God ain't calling no thugs. You dig what I'm saying? He don't need no thug for the kingdom. You dig what I'm saying? The kingdom ain't, it ain't for thugs. It's for kings. You know what I mean? If that, I think what we do, we walking around as a thug, we discredit ourselves. You dig what I'm saying? If that makes any sense, you discredit yourself and you limit your worth on this earth. You, you know, because God is calling you to be a stand-up person. A king is a person who's a ruler. You dig what I'm saying? He's a leader. He makes decisions. You know, anything that he touch, he makes it better. A thug could come around and kill something. A thug could come around and depreciate the value of the neighborhood. A thug is a bad image for a little kid to look up to because he's selling dope on the block or he walking around with a pistol. And he already know that if the feds catch up with him, he going to lay down. So you need to stop playing. You know what I mean? And so I like the thug mentality from the sense of heart, of saying like, listen, man, you know, you will go get it. You heartless in that matter. But that can be called courage in the kingdom of God. So don't get it twisted, my man's in them. I love y'all. Y'all still in the streets, y'all still getting it. But I would rather be a king than a thug. You did. And so a lot of times that's what it is. And so when we talk about soul ties to soulmate versus soulmate, sweetheart, and guys, listen to me. That's a childish attraction. It's really childish, because if you in your 40s and you steadily talking about, oh, he got to be getting this and that, he got to be making such and such, oh girl, he got to be 6 feet, or he got to be this and that, you know what I mean? You still caught up into like what social media like, what the world like. See, that's the world way of thinking. It always goes pride, money, build, D-boy looks, and you see people. You dig what I'm saying? Now, one thing about me, I'm gonna stay fly till I die. I ain't, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing you gonna do about that. That's what I've been doing since I was a kid. Thanks to my cousin JD and TT, we come up, you know what I mean, doing that. My mama and my sister, you know. I just love to put on clothes. I got a motto that says look good, feel good, do good. But don't be attracted to that. Be attracted to what's in my mind. Is my mind sexy? You dig what I'm saying? Is, you know what I mean? Holler at me and see who I am on the inside. Because if you looking at what I'm putting on, you out your body, you gonna lose. You dig what I'm saying? You are attracted to the rapper, not the inside content. You dig what I'm saying? And so never be attracted to the rapper, because you open it up, it might not be what you wanted. You done walked around and you got all of these little dumb lips, and they ain't going nowhere because you looking for the wrong thing. Remember, the soul is made up of the mind, the will, and the emotions. So the mind is what you think, how you feel. Your will is what gives you purpose. What are you passionate about? And your emotions. How do you feel about certain things? What certain things drive you? Are you a good father? Are you a good husband? Are you a good human in just life? You dig what I'm saying? Who want to be around somebody who just got a stupid attitude? Like, man, your attitude sucks, fam. Like every day you wake up, you negative. You know what I mean? Some days you wake up and then you in a bad mood. If you don't smoke no weed, then you stupid. Come on, man. Nobody's gonna be around you all day long for the rest of their life. You dig what I'm saying? I used to be like that when I used to drink. Like if I would wake up like in the daytime and if I didn't have no beer, man, people didn't talk to me like, leave dude alone. He grumpy. Don't nobody want to be around that where your emotions and your stuff change. You dig what I'm saying? Tasha said, stinking thinking. Yeah, and that's it. And that attitude, it bleeds out because it makes the whole household negative. It's like a loser mentality. Have you ever ran into somebody and it just seemed like you ain't going to get no haircuts? You won't even go get your haircut. Most of the time you ain't even brushing your teeth. You getting up and you leaving the house and you ain't washing your face. It's just like, I know some people who just, you know what I mean, you too grown for that. It's like you need your ass whooped. Like you steadily living like this, man. And I'm telling you, When you see people like this, you better start paying attention to it. You dig what I'm saying? You getting attracted to that rapper, and you open up that rapper, and that ain't what you want. You're gonna be looking stupid, and now you got this person in your house, and then you done had sex with them, and now y'all can't even be separated because this is a soul tie now. So everything that's going on in their life, you done snatched it up into your life. On they post, like if they got positive messages, I will screenshot them and I will repost them. I'm always looking for something that uplifts me. You know what I mean? If a person is beautiful, that's cool, but look what they repost and what they posting. A lot of times they telling on themselves. But when you start talking about, okay, like it's like some women want a king. Does that make sense? Or you talking about you want you a material, you know? You ain't trying to figure out what your purpose is on life. You ain't trying to figure out, your leadership qualities or skill. Can somebody look at you and see you in your element before they even holler at you? You know what I mean? They ain't got to know your inside life, but just the way that you move and groove tells a lot about you. Listen to a person when they talk. See what kind of goals they got. See what they passionate about. You know what I mean? You talking to a person, man, and they don't dream. They not a big dreamer. They don't got no type of goals. I don't want you around me. Straight up. And I'm not saying dreaming all off into fairyland where you just you sleepwalking and you ain't never waking up and making nothing happen. I'm talking about passionate about doing something about the future. What you gonna do with your future life? What your life gonna look like next year? What your life gonna look like the year from after that? 5 years from now, where you feel like you want to be with your life? Are you working on getting your credit together? Are you working on, you know what I mean, becoming debt free? You know, what you got going on in your life? You dig what I'm saying? So when you worry about finding someone, um, you got to work on yourself first. You know what I mean? You got to become the person that you desire. You dig what I'm saying? So if you trying to desire a certain energy, a certain person, you got to make sure that you attractive to that person. You can't be out there, you know what I mean, pitching your shot to a queen, and you still a thug. You see what I'm saying? And no, that's one thing about being in that thug mentality. You know what I mean? The confidence. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of times you see somebody and they out there and they don't. And I don't want you to get it twisted to the point where it's like, all right, shorty thinks she better than me. You know what I mean? Where she feel like she looking down on me. No, don't get it like that. But I'm saying, I feel like if this person is your soulmate, and if you feel like this person should be in your life, she should at least be secure. You know, um, no woman should have to worry about whether or not you're gonna go to jail. Because if you go to jail, then boom, there go a deficit that's missing out of the household, and with the finances, and with raising the kids, and with being a man. If you the man, you got to be the covering. So you see what I'm saying? That's another place where the thug lack. The thug, you don't even know where you're going. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't even know if them people coming to knock on your door, if they gonna kick in that door. You don't know if somebody gonna come to rob you. You might be putting your wifey in danger. You might be putting your kids in danger because you steadily running the streets. So when you become a man, you know what I mean, and you really want that real woman in your life, somebody that's winning, and you want a winning guy, man, you gotta be what you want. You know what I mean? You can't be sitting up there talking about I want me a king and I want, you know what I mean? And you sitting up here and you won't even dress up. You won't even comb your hair. You know what I mean? Stop throwing on wigs all the time and won't even take out the time to go get your nails and your feet done. Stop playing all the time, man. Wearing socks in the summer. Wearing socks in the summertime because you don't want to show your feet because you're too lazy to go get your feet done. Cut it out, man. Listen to me. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that we have to be perfect people, but listen, you know what you want in life. You know what I mean? You know what you want in life. If you claim that you want the best, be the best you. You can't attract the best if you ain't being the best you. It's just not gonna work. And ladies, you gotta get off of that high horse sometimes and thinking like, girl, I like dude because he driving this, you know what I mean? He got the latest car, he got Rams, or he this and he that. You checking out a man's status, and at the same time, his status might not be what's pleasing to your soul. His status has got to make love to your soul. It's got to make love to your mind. You got to be secure. Y'all got to be able to have good conversations. Y'all got to be able to start a business, build a business, regulate the household, raise children, teach them how to be kings and queens, making sure you giving them the best advice when they go out in the world. When people look around at you, they should look at you and you should be an example of love. You should look like God is in control of your life. I love when I see black excellence, man. When I see black couples together and they married, and I'm gonna tell you, any couple. The reason why I say black couples to all of my white viewers, or I don't care if you're Hispanic or whatever, anybody that's different than black that's watching the podcast, because we need it in our neighborhoods, and we need it more in our community. We need to be able to see these positive role models instead of, what I mean, girlfriend, boyfriend, side chicks. You dig what I'm saying? And all, you know what I mean? Come on, homie, lover, friend, and friends with benefits. Come on, fam. Come on. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing out here? We deserve better than that. Kids deserve better than that. You looking at the world and you want the world to do better, you got to show them better. It's got to start right there with you, your spouse, and your house, and then it's got to bleed out into your neighborhood, to your community, and to what God has called you for in your purpose in life. So, what does your profile look like? You ain't finna get nothing that you ain't. You know what I mean? Because if you do, you're gonna lose it. You ain't gonna know what to do with it. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be uncompatible. So, what does your profile look like? Always remember that. Nobody knows you like you, so work on you. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. Work on yourself. I constantly work on myself. And I'm very honest too, man. I let you know, man, like when I'm struggling, where I'm struggling at. You ain't finna come into my life and I'm not gonna lay it down flat. I'm gonna tell you, hey, I can only focus on certain things at one time. Sometimes you might have to call me and remind me. These are the things I like. These are the things I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I listen a lot. So you cannot tell me something and think that I'm going to forget it. But you might have to help me find my keys. You dig what I'm saying? I lose my keys, but I always remember conversations. I'm very positive and I like to grind. Every day I'm trying to figure out how can I make some type of money or how can I better myself. So if you're gonna be around me, I'm telling you right now, you have to be on that rise and grind mentality. And I'm not saying it's gotta be money, 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 like we just gotta get no, but I'm saying, what are we doing to better ourselves? It can be going to the gym. You dig what I'm saying? It could be reading the word. We gotta get down and pray. We gotta talk to him. We gotta check in with God too. So I'm telling you, what does your profile look like? That's important. And then another thing too, mainly for the ladies, you gotta be available. You know what I mean? You have to be available. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times women always got something going on. It's like you leave from one relationship, then you jump into another relationship, you know? Or you got this friendship. As soon as this friendship is over with, you start another friendship. Have you ever seen women that sometimes feel like they always got to be with somebody? It's as if they gotta have a man, you know what I mean? Because that is what, defines them. As if they with somebody that makes other people think that they doing good. And sometimes you you giving your energy to a clown, you know? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or down somebody, but sometimes, you know what I mean, you giving wifey material or wifey benefits to a clown. And so now you got this clown in your life. You letting him have sex with you. You cooking for him. He laying up at your crib. He come over. He spend a night. He leave when he want to. He help out whenever he want to. But at the end of the day, this ain't no soulmate. You know what I mean? And then while you keep talking about you want God to send you somebody, you got to go somewhere and sit down so God can send you somebody. Sometimes you got to be single for a minute. How God gonna put somebody in your life and you always got a hoopty in the driveway? Can't bring nothing new up in the driveway when you got a hoopty in the driveway. You keep getting these garbage can thugs and all of these wannabe b-boys and dope dealers, and you know what I mean, they ain't going nowhere. They all in your life all the time, and now you stacking up body counts, soul ties, all kind of foolishness going on in your life. Now you all miserable and messed up in the head, and not only that, your body all messed all up and worn all out. Don't nobody want that. You gotta go somewhere and sit down. So women, don't feel like you can't be alone. And so let's not kill the jokes. Let's stop it. But don't ever feel like you can't be alone for a while. Cause sometimes that's what you need. You might just need to go somewhere and sit down and work on your profile and work on you. You know what I mean? And then trust that God is gonna send him, first of all. And if you don't know God and you don't got no love in God, then it is what it is. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. For real. I don't know what you're gonna do with yourself. But listen, sometimes, the woman they want God to give them a king, but you always attracting that bad energy. You always got these guys because you're attracted to their type, their personality, their styles. Or like guys always trying to chase like a chick with a nice butt, or you know what I mean? You don't really you scared or they're intimidated by a real woman. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. As if sometimes guys always want to go for like chicks with low self-esteem. They want to go for somebody that they can run or play mind games on. You know what I mean? They want to be able to go to the house and control their funds. Oh man, I got shorty's a goofy. Man, she gonna turn man every time she get paid, she give me her whole check. For the lady, if you feel like that's you, I'm not here to disrespect you. Work on your profile. Step your profile up. You gotta be who you desire. You dig what I'm saying? And so take it from that point of view. But there are men that's out here that's on the hunt, and it might not be that and see this is what happens sometimes out there. Says yes, tell us the truth. Sometimes we need to be quiet so that God can choose for us. We got to post that one because that makes a lot of sense. Okay, now listen to this. Out there says yes, tell us the truth. Sometimes we need to be quiet so that God can choose for us. And so sometimes, ladies, let me just tell you this. If you feel like you that, let's say for instance, if you feel like you're vulnerable, or sometimes I heard this before, I'm way too nice. Sometimes I don't know how to take no for an answer, or sometimes I don't know how to say no. You know what I mean? And so sometimes when guys see you coming, you a lick. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. You a lick. And when they see you and they see you got a good job or they see you got a nice car, they in your life. So they can drop you off when you get off work, excuse me, drop you off at the crib and drive your car around. Probably over at another chick's house or riding as guys around in your car smoking. Or when you get paid, always coming up with lame excuses on how they need money and what they about to try to do with this. Oh man, I'm about to try to flip this. I'm about to try to do this and that. Like, fam, if you don't find you something to do, you know what I mean? But but you gotta make yourself available, you know? And that's one of the things I thank God that I can do. You know what I mean? I can really sit down, even though, I might have a conversation with a person. I know how to sit down. I ain't to me, I think then it was a blessing doing the 15 years because you can hit that light switch and not have to sleep with people. You know what I mean? And that's the good thing about being able to wait. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can be good for you. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I done hit a bump in the road and made a mistake and that I did something I didn't want to do, but it is what it is. You have to be available. You have to slow down and try to say, okay, God, I'm about to wait for you because I know if you put somebody in my life, it's going to be the best thing smoking. So what you got to really try to figure out is like, when are you on your grown man? Or when you on your grown woman B.I. Because if you young and you just still like running the streets and you like the soul ties and you like freaking around and stuff like that, again, you got to remember you inviting demons and you inviting a type of life that's into your space and into your soul, and you don't know what you inviting into your life. You dig what I'm saying? So when you running around and you sleeping with people, you don't get to dictate, you know what I mean, what's going on and what kind of soul ties you bringing into your life because you don't really know this person. You don't know where he come from, what's his background. But if you sit down for a minute and try to make yourself available for God, as you get older, you got to be looking for somebody who's attractive, like man, like mentally. Does that make sense to anybody? Like, man, like a good conversationist, man. I love to talk to people who got a good conversation. You know what I mean? Where we can talk about stuff and it's beyond like sex. If you can sit up and enjoy a conversation, you know what I mean, like that. I think that that's the key to starting. You know what I mean? Where we can listen to each other and we can talk. Um, you got too many people that be on this rating system. They'll be like, okay, well, shorty is a five, shorty is a six, or shorty is a dime. It's like, man, when you get into your 40s, that's so childish. It's like, because you got to look at a person and try to see exactly like where they at mentally, where they at in their life. Do they got their life together? I'm telling you, remember we was talking about when we was on that one kick about like you go to a woman's house, see, do she clean her house up? Is her house clean? You dig what I'm saying? See how she carry her household. That tells you a lot about a person, man. See how she, you know what I mean, how she go to work. Do she got good work habits? You know what I mean? Do she get up? Do she make it on time? Is she calling in? Is she making excuses? Is he looking for a job? Is he out playing all the time? He laying up playing video games with his guys all day? Is he trying to make something happen? If a dude sits around the house all day long and ain't doing nothing but drinking and playing video games, I can't say, I can't say fam is a soulmate. I can't say he a soulmate. I don't know. Maybe if that's what you want to do with your life, but I can't really say that like that's a soulmate, you know. So I don't know. And again, we ain't downing people. We ain't doing that. But remember, the soul is the mind, the will, and emotions. A lot of people is getting themselves into situationships. Does that make sense? Situationships. This is a situation. And you see people, they put it in their profile. I'm in a situation. Oh, it's complicated. It's like, nah, ain't nothing complicated about no nothing. Either you and fam together, and that's what you own. So be on that. Don't try to say, okay, I got this person over here, like we own and we off, or we just into it. So now you want to talk to somebody over here and make a friendship over here, and then all of a sudden you still got ties going on with this person. So what's gonna happen if you and this person have sex one week, and then y'all have an argument by the weekend, and then about a week later you go and have sex with the other guy over here? Guess what you just did? You just created a soul tie. So now you got these two different spirits tied to your body. And not only that, but he is also tied to dude too. Because now you done had sex with dude, you done brung that on over here. And so, fam, you don't even care about who she is. You just thinking because she got a nice butt, she got a pretty face. I don't care. Oh, you and dude fell out. Good. I'm about to slide through. And next thing you know, you have sex with her. Now you done picked up they mess. Hell no, man. I'm way too grown for that. For real, for real. I'm way too grown for that. I'm straight. Y'all can keep your miserable life. I done had enough misery in my life for that. Okay. In the meantime, so check this out. What type of time are we on? Oh man, we've been rapping for a minute, but I still got 15 more minutes because I came back at 8:15. So I'm gonna get this out regardless. What about this? Think about this, y'all. While you waiting about if you marry your purpose in the process. So when R.C. Blake was explaining this to me, and this made a lot of sense. And so now it made me feel like I wasn't just always crazy all the time. You dig what I'm saying? Like, cause a lot of times, man, you know, I might have somebody that might say that, okay, they think that they're interested in me and could be like a nice person, but I don't really want to get anything started if I can't give you 100%. And so I feel like if I'm gonna be in your life, I need to be able to give you the best of me. You know what I mean? So if I veer away and I say I'm cool, you don't hear me like, you know what I mean, really trying to pursue it. It doesn't mean that sweetheart is a bad person, but I'm trying to marry my purpose. Does that make sense to anybody? And so what I mean by that, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what did God create me for? And so when you're looking for a soulmate, you got to always remember that purpose is the foundation, because what God created you for and created that person for should always attract each other. Y'all should be like a magnet. Y'all should attract each other because that person just attractive to you because their purpose and their mind and their emotions is all tied up into them. And guess what? You share the same type of heart. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all on the same page and stuff like that. So when I be saying that I'm marrying my purpose or I'm trying to figure me out, I know what God has got me going on, but sometimes I be trying to find that anchor like, okay, the barbershop been working pretty good. We bombed out on the life insurance, you dig what I'm saying, so far, but still pursuing it. But okay, it was a hit and a miss. We passed the exams, but we hit on the background checks and all of the issues that came with it. And so, boom, I didn't get down. Let's go for something else. You dig what I'm saying? You see that he turned around and he sprung up the public speaking gigs. He rekindled that passion that I had for public speaking. And then come to find out, 2 days ago, one of the public speaking gigs just offered me a job to teach a summer class on hip hop asking me how long would I want to teach it, get my curriculum together, and how much would I charge them. So you see what I'm saying? So when God closes one door, he'll open up another door for you. You see what I'm saying? And so, but you have to be, in a position where you're trying to marry your purpose. You're trying to figure out, okay, God, what did you call me to do? What am I here on this world for? So now I'm trying to figure out. I got the barbershop thing going for me. I'm about to really tighten up on these t-shirts and get some t-shirts going since it's about to be summertime. And I'm about to pursue this public speaking thing, like really serious. And then in the meantime, I'm out here looking for me like a part-time job. I want to pick up some more hours just so I can, remember I telling you the baby mama helped me out. She signed some papers and killed some of that back child support. So to make a long story short, to wrap this all up, I'm trying to really refocus my purpose on killing that little 9,000 I owe child support, save some money up, get everything debt free, take on another little side job, do these t-shirts, and try to really hammer out what do I have to do to market myself as a public speaker. The barbershop is paying for everything. Like right now, the Clippers is a success, and I thank God for that. And thank everybody that let me cut their hair and sending your people through. Bring more people. Come, everybody, come holler at your boy. We getting you through there. You see me posting, so the Clippers is doing their thing, but I'm trying to figure out, God, get me to where I got everything together far as a career, and what is it that I'm doing for him, like the thing that he created me to do, that gives me passion because I'm glorifying him when I do it. I feel a passion when I can cut somebody's hair and put a smile on their face. I feel good when I can go speak to people and I can impact a room, or I can tell them something about my life and they can get something and they can grow from that. You dig what I'm saying? It's a passionate thing to get on here to talk to y'all, and then later on somebody inbox me and say, "Hey, you spoke something that I needed to hear." Then I know that I'm doing what God has told me to do, because the only thing I'm doing is taking cues from him. I'm praying about it, and then I'm moving and grooving in what he created me to be. I said all of that to say this. So in the process of me doing this, when that soulmate get over here, I need to be ready for her. You dig what I'm saying? And so now she knows, she see me like, Bear, he about his business. And on not only that, he keep God first place. You dig what I'm saying? So now what can she do to help me be better, and I can figure out what can I do to make her better. You dig what I'm saying? Do we share some of the same goals? She don't have to be a public speaker or a beautician, but do she love people? If she is a people person, because you got to be able to pull. So if you feel like that's a passion of mine, of making people life better and trying to be positive and bringing positive energy, how can you fulfill that? If you ain't that, if you don't like people, you dig what I'm saying? Man, you don't belong together. For real, for real. If you want to be in a house and you don't want to comb your hair, we don't belong together. You see me, I might throw on a pink suit or something and get out here. You dig what I'm saying? And don't even drink, don't even smoke, but I can still go out here and dress up and just be cool. Can you come on? Let's get out. Straight up. We can go somewhere to a cool little venue and chill. You know what I mean? And be on some grown people and go on back home like we got some sense. Turn up for Christ, burn up for life. I'm just telling you the truth. So energy just pulls you. What's up, cuz? Cuz I'm so glad that you tapped in, because I just got to put it out there while you on deck, while you online. May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. So we really got to tone in on it's okay not to be okay. So I want you to whatever you want to do, I got to bring you back as a guest, and we got to try to get some other people that want to talk about mental health. And come on, y'all, we got to put on for the month of May. We got too many kids out here committing suicide. We got too many people losing their life because they ain't got it together up here. I've struggled with mental health. G Nice has struggled with it. Anybody else that struggle with it, that ain't scared to get up and talk about it, you dig what I'm saying? Please, we invite you to come on the show. But I'm definitely want to call you out because I know that you got so much to talk about on that. And so you the big cousin. So come on and do big cousin stuff. Okay. And so one of the things I was about to say is that we fabricate the moves when we move ahead of God. And What you basically trying to do is like when you're not married to your purpose and you don't know who you are as a person, you don't know who you're looking for as a soulmate. You dig what I'm saying? If you don't know who you are, how do you know that this person is your soulmate? You see what I'm saying? Because you don't even know if they passionate about what you passionate about because you ain't even passionate about nothing. So what a lot of people is out here doing, they fabricating like relationships, and then you want to pray to God and you want to have him come in and maintain your mess. And that ain't that ain't what he doing. You dig what I'm saying? That's not what God doing. You see what I'm saying? There's a scripture in the Bible and it says, lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge God, trust in him, and he will direct your paths. And I think that's like Proverbs 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around and through there. Check out Proverbs 3, right around 4, 5, 6. Lean not in your own understanding, trust in God with all your heart, and lean not into your own understanding, and acknowledge him and he will make straight all your paths. It's something to that. I'm paraphrasing it, but the reason why I'm telling you that, because he says lean not on your own understanding but trust in God, because sometimes even like women, y'all know y'all real emotional. You dig what I'm saying? You get to working with somebody, a dude talk to you in your lunch break and you think he your husband. That man, you don't know that man. Stop. That man's a serial killer under the surface. He just got a job for part-time. Other than that, he killed people on the low. Stop. He beat up on women. Stop. You know what I mean? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Stop. You dig what I'm saying? Stop all the time thinking, you know what I mean? Because I got a problem like that though, right? I think that when a woman shows me attention or if she's nice to me, I think that she loves me. You get what I'm saying? And so I'll get into this outdo you type thing. Like, okay, you show me love, then I'm gonna try to show you love. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I gotta stop that. You know what I mean? Because I done found out that, you know what I mean, some people got selfish motives and hidden agendas. You dig what I'm saying? And so you have to stop, man. Trust not on your own understanding, but listen to God, because God is gonna tell you something. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of times you'll push up on somebody, man, and you don't even know, dude is super nice, man. By the time you move him in, man, he's shutting doors, he beating on you, turning up music so people can't hear him. You know what I'm saying? He cheating on people. You dig what I'm saying? What you say? No, she's a serial killer. What you say? She might be. You did what I'm saying. For real, for real, for real. You know what I mean? I listen. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I am not amazed at what people can be behind social media. You know what I mean? Um, you meet every and any and all kind of people on social media, and on social media, everybody get to make up their profile. So you get to see what they tell you they are. You dig what I'm saying? And then when you meet people in life, man, sometimes it's not what you thought. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to tell you, like right now, you got to figure that out. Stop. Know who you are, so then that way you can know who you're trying to attract. You got listen. That line is so sincere when dude said that. He says, "You have to be what you desire." Man, if I desire God, and I want God to be in my life and control me, I need this woman to desire God, and that God, is in control of her life, and that he's got her on a mission. That's got to be first place. Then everything else, if it's a soul mate attraction, we're going to start attracting each other. But keep sex out, figure it out. Because sometimes sex can happen and it can turn it into a soul tie. Um when you go biblical, it's supposed to be sex when you get married. Out here in this world, sex will happen before you get married. And, you know, I can't say that every situation has went wrong. I don't know. You dig what I'm saying? But I can't say that, I've automatically met my wife just by jumping ahead of the gun by trying to have sex before I really felt like we was, you know what I mean, the Donna. And so sometimes, like I said, I fall victim of people being nice to me and being cool to me. And I really think that they in my corner. And sometimes it might not be like that. So everybody watch out. So you got to have your strategy, you know what I mean, on what you're trying to do. Listen to this, and this is very serious. You're looking for a queen, you got to hang out where queens hang out. If you're looking for a king, you got to hang out where kings hang out. You dig what I'm saying? You can't, you ain't finding a. No, I'm not down to nobody. I'm not judging nobody. So please, I'm not taking shots. But It's very seldom that you're gonna go find a queen in a strip club. You dig what I'm saying? So listen, little mama, I'm not mad at you for what you do. To each his own. Everybody got to deal with God in their own timing, and you got to understand that your relationship with God is your relationship with God. But I'm saying, I'm not going in no strip club trying to find no wife when you done showed all of these people your body. I don't want that. I'm just keeping it a buck. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, let's post that one because that one make a little bit of sense right there now. She says you can't be an eagle flying with pigeons. Wow, that was dope. That was dope. But you remember how my man said on Coming to America, the first one, when dude was out and he was always he was like, "Man, we have went to every club in the city. Where can one go to find a king?" He said, "Well, that's where you went wrong, boy. I said you want to find you a queen, you got to go to church over here. That's where I'm going to. The good women over in the church." Now that just don't mean that all queens are just in churches. I'm just saying it's you gotta be somewhere because you can meet your queen on a job. You dig what I'm saying? I, somebody might have met a queen online. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not to say who am I to say that God ain't working through what He working through. God can do whatever He want to do whenever He want to do. One thing I won't do is I won't play God. So I won't say that a man can't walk into the strip club and holler at a woman and bring her out of there and make her his queen. You dig what I'm saying? I can't say that he can't do that. If God send you in there and he tell you that this woman is for you or something like that, I don't know. To each his own. So I don't want to like disrespect anybody's job or work site or where you hang out at because that's not me. I can't play God. Only thing I'm just saying is that listen, you know what I mean. If you looking for a queen, remember you gotta be what you desire. You gotta be a king material, fam, and you gotta be where queens hang out at. Can't be where, like she said, where the pigeons is at. You dig what I'm saying? Can't be where pigeons is at, and you know what I mean. You're looking for an eagle, you know. One of the biggest things I could say, man, is prayer. Asking God to bring that person that will compliment you and make your life better. Remember, your emotions, your will, and your mind. Are they making love to your mind? Are they attractive to you mentally? Can you really get along with this person? Do you and this person got something in common? You know, he says, a soulmate, soul. Listen to this. Here's a little quote, and we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to give y'all like five of them that I thought was pretty dope that they were saying. One of them says, soulmates, souls already know each other. It's the body that's never met. So it says, soulmates, their souls have already known each other, but it's their bodies that never met. And the reason why I thought that was deep, it was like because that's what we saying. When you know your purpose, he know his purpose, and y'all on the same page with God, with yourself. Okay, say y'all two people, y'all confident with each other, right? Then when you see this person and you see him moving in their element, you see him moving in this element, and all of a sudden, y'all just start drawing from each other attention. It's like, damn, I dig that person. Like I dig their conversation. I like the way they move. I'm very observant. You know what I mean? I'll sit back and watch how a person control a room. I'll see how they talk to people. Do they smile? How do they interact with people? You dig what I'm saying? I'm because I've been in the joint for so long that that's one of the things that we do. We dream a lot, so everything in our mind, we visualize it. So if you tell us something, we take it for face value. If you don't mean what you say, don't say it to us because that's how our minds operate, and that's how we get information. We take it in just how you said, because how you said, that's how I got to think about it. So if you're on the phone with somebody and they tell you something, you got to visualize what they saying to you. And so as I see people now when I'm with them and I move, or I watch their whole aura, man. I watch how they, you know what I mean? I'm seeing like, man, how do they act if they get drunk? How do they act if they high? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of things interesting? What kind of conversation do they got? Where is their conversation going? What do you laugh at? You dig what I'm saying? Because to me, everything is important, B. You know what I mean? So that makes a lot of sense. When it comes to soulmates, remember this: your souls already know each other. It's your body that never met. Now, that can also mean like this right here, too. It's somebody that you've been knowing for a while, or you might have been seeing them in a physical form, but you never met them spiritually. So then all of a sudden you meet this person spiritually and you be like, damn, this whole time you've been up under my nose and you the one. Didn't know that. Okay, so listen to this. A soulmate is the one person who love is powerful enough to motivate you, to meet your soul, to do the emotional work of self discovery, of awakening. A little bit deep, but check it out. A soulmate is the one person whose love is powerful enough to motivate you to meet your soul. Saying that it motivates you to meet your soul. So what are they saying? If it motivates you to meet your soul, for you to get in tune with your emotions, to get in tune with what you like and to what you love. So remember what we were saying, marry your purpose. So a lot of times if the purpose is the foundation of a soulmate, because now you understand what God put you here on this earth for, now you know what you're attracted to. So this person makes you fall in love with yourself. That's kind of deep. Because he says emotional work of self-discovery and awakening. So now you done met somebody, let's say for instance, this person just he motivates you and just took you to a whole nother level. She takes you to a whole nother level. You change. It's things that you already like, but when they come into your life, they make you really want to pursue it. Sometimes, you know what I mean, people can be laying dormant or like, just not even movement. You can be stagnant or something, if that makes any sense. Like just walking around life, then all of a sudden you meet somebody, it's like, damn, you're a breath of fresh air. Like, man, your conversation is everything. It's like, boom, okay, hold on, let me get this one. What you saying, Tashana? Tashana says, when a woman has been independent for so long, we tend to push that person away, never knowing that they were the one for us. You know what? That is so sincere. You know me tell you why? Because sometimes, ladies, when y'all are independent, you know what I mean? You have the tendency to feel like you don't need a man. You know what I mean? And one thing you got to always remember is that God created the man first, and the man needed a helper. And so he created the woman for her. So when a woman gets independent, sometimes she'll start looking at the man like, like, I don't need you, but you do. You dig what I'm saying? Because you are the reason that the man is complete. He ain't complete without you, and you ain't complete without him. That's the reason why God says, for this reason, the man shall leave his mother and his father, and he shall cling to his wife, and the two shall become one. That's the reason why he's saying you shouldn't just be going around having sex with everybody, because when you have sex, that intimacy brings y'all together as one. Now y'all look like God. Now y'all look like them in heaven. It's the perfect symbol of love. So we need each other. God knew that we needed you because he said it's not good for man to be alone. So he created a helper and he brought him to him. Then when Adam seen the woman, he prophesied like, finally, I'm dope now. Finally, here she is. This my everything. Woman, she came from my rib. This my everything. So he's supposed to cover her. But you need him. How you gonna glorify God without him? He's your covering. He's your lead. God speaks to him for y'all. This dude said, I recognized you instantly. All our lives flashed through my mind in a split second. I felt a pull so strong towards you that I almost couldn't stop it, could not stop it. He says, I recognize you instantly. All of our lives flashed through my mind in a split second. I felt a pull so strong towards you that I almost couldn't stop it. He said that when he seen this chick, their whole life flashed in front of him like in a matter of like seconds. You know what I mean? Has anybody ever felt like that before? I've met a person like that before. You know what I mean? And when I was talking to this person, you know what I mean? And just the conversation, I started seeing like dinner dates, dinner tables. I seen us holding hands. I seen us living together. Not things like sexually, but I seen us like waking up in the bed together. You know what I mean? Like face to face. Like what would morning time look like waking up next to this lady? You dig what I'm saying? And so I know exactly what he's saying. So when you meet this person and this person is so dope, you start flashing like through your mind, like, okay, what would life be like with this person in the house? With like us going to work, us going out to eat, or me cooking. You dig what I'm saying? You'll start seeing like visions in your head of like what life would look like with this person. And so that's pretty deep. I recognize you instantly. All of our lives flashed through my mind in a split second. I felt a pull so strong towards you that I almost couldn't stop it. Well, you find somebody like that, you better turn up for Christ or burn up for life, for real, for real. Do you feel what you say, Tashana? Building together. Yeah, transfer energy, past life. I don't know. I don't know if he necessarily saying past life, but he's saying like life just flashed in front of him. Like she probably was so dope that he was just like, he just started seeing it. All right, check this out. We meet our soulmates who we are on our soul path. No, okay, listen to this. He says, we meet our soulmates when we are on our soul path. Okay, kind of cheesy, but it's kind of deep. He says, you meet your soulmate when you're on your soul path. So I guess it kind of goes back to uh, just saying, um, be married to your purpose or being the person that you desire. You dig what I'm saying? Because you're only going to meet your soulmate is when you're on your soul path. And so a soul path, and get this, for anybody that believes in God, just having a relationship with him. You know what I mean? I know everybody got to figure out sometimes in your life, like, man, what am I here for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the purpose of my life? Like, what did you bring me down? What was I born for? Why am I here? You know, you waking me up every day. What am I here for? You know what I mean? And if you don't be questioning God like that, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? Even if you don't believe in God, if you believe in you just blew up and you just came here, maybe you don't. But that's really real. So you will meet your soulmate when you are on your soul path, saying like when you searching the deep things of God, like, man, I want this relationship. I want the best that you got for me. And then somewhere in there, you got to be patient because God ain't on our time, ladies. So remember that all the time. You know what I mean? Do not move ahead of the gun thinking like, okay, I'm going to move this guy in or I'm just going to force it or I'm going to clean dude up. You know what I mean? Right now, he ain't on the best luck. He been having some bad luck in his life. He just need a boost. He needs some help. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that might not be the case. He might have potential and stuff. You might meet somebody like that where you might have to just step in and be like, listen, fam, come on, let me boost you up. But I tell you what, don't make it a soul tie until you figure out if he the soulmate. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So if you really feel like he need a boost, if you feel like you can build him up and you think mentally you're attracted to him and his conversation is attractive and his will and his emotions, things that y'all got, y'all on the same page, y'all stand for the same things. Maybe he done just had hit a bad lick. I was in that position when I first came home. I didn't holler at nobody for like I wasn't even talking to females for like 6 months when I came home. Nobody. I wasn't even really entertaining conversation because I just felt like I'm behind schedule. I've been gone for like 15. Then at the same time, I'm still fighting for my life. I want to get me together. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like that. You dig what I'm saying? And so as I started feeling a little bit more comfortable about myself, start making moves, credit started jumping up, started jumping in. You know what I mean? You start feeling like a man. Then all of a sudden, you feel like, okay, I can entertain a conversation. But I know what you're thinking. Like, if you want to take on this project and you want to really want to build dude up, he could possibly be the one that needs your help. But you might not want to just, you know what I mean, open up your legs first before you figure out if he's a soulmate. Because you mess around, you make a soul tie. And remember what I said. Next thing you know, he just a bum. And all he do is play video games all day. Or, you know what I mean, he's abusive. And remember, abusive too is verbal abuse. If somebody puts you down or beats you up with words, you know what I mean? He's negative to you, calls you out of your name, embarrasses you, throw things in your face, won't let things go. That's abusive too. All right, check this one out. Damn, we done almost went over. Okay. In all the world, there is no heart for me like yours. In all the world, there is no love for you like mine. That's kind of deep. I don't know where he was going with that. But he says, in all the world, there is no heart for me like yours. In all the world, there is no love for you like mine. I guess that's a soulmate, you know what I mean? Saying that, hey, sweetheart, you know what I mean? There's no heart for me like yours. And there's no love for you like mine. You dig what I'm saying? So basically saying, I'm giving you exactly what you give me back. He's going to meet your energy with 100%. You giving him 100% of your heart, and he's going to give you 100% love back. And so you got to remember that if you in a soulmate situation, that, hey, whoever you dealing with, y'all got to be giving it back. That energy has got to be the same voltage on both sides. Can't be like, oh, you my soulmate, but then over here, you ain't making them better. You taking, you subtracting from them, but you never adding. You know what I mean? So be mindful of that. Last one. You come to find love not by finding the perfect person, but by seeing the imperfect person perfectly. Listen to that because they kind of like tongue twist. You come to find love not by finding the perfect person, but by seeing an imperfect person perfectly. And so, what does that say? It's just saying basically nobody on this earth is perfect. But when you see the imperfect person perfectly, you basically like saying, okay, I see you with your flaws. You know what I mean? But beyond that, we all got our flaws. Are you attractive mentally? Is your will and your emotions lining up with mine? Is your will and your drive for life the same as mine? Are you a go-getter? Are you going out there to go get it? Do you care about my feelings? Do you care if I'm having a good day? Do you care if I'm having a bad day? Do you care about the emotions of the children in this house? About what examples they see as they growing up? What are you showing them? What kind of person are you to the community, to people? Are you respectable? You know what I mean? Are you loved? Are you willing to help? Are you a people's person? Are you a God fearing man? You know what I mean? And so, again, hit you with the scripture. God is spirit, and those that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. And so, if you're looking for a soulmate, but you don't believe in God, I think it's senseless because if God is a spirit, a soul, and he created the soul in us, remember, it said God created the man out of dirt, and then he blew into his nostrils and he became a living being. He blew the spirit, the soul into that dirt that he built up. That's the reason why this means nothing on this earth. It does, but this means nothing. That spirit man is coming out. So when you're looking for your soulmate, you looking for what God created in another person that matches up with yours. Everybody on this earth got a soulmate. God did not leave you out. He loves you just like he loves them. And I believe there's a soulmate for everybody. But remember, you got to be who you trying to desire, and you got to make yourself available. Stop taking out time to be the side chick or friends with benefits or just, a booty call or a one night stand, because you ain't doing nothing but stacking up your soul ties and wearing your body out. And then God get ready to send you the man. You ain't even ready for him. Shorty just said it right now. Sometimes we so busy being this and that, well, we'll pass up. What she said, when a woman has been independent for so long, she tend to push that person away, never knowing that one might have been the one for us. You dig what I'm saying? And so, hold on. What are you saying? Okay. She says, no matter how attractive a person potential is, you have to date their reality. Wow. Okay. So when you say, you come to love not by finding the perfect person, but seeing the imperfect person perfectly. I think that's perfectly said. No matter how attractive the person potential is, you have to date their reality. So, ladies, just remember what I just said about trying to take on a project and build a person up and thinking that this guy, if you put a little work into him, or you feeling like this lady over here, you're going to do this and that. And then all of a sudden, it's going to just be the dream wedding or the dream life. It just might not happen like that. And so the best thing I can tell you is that one thing you better do, you better not try to make a soul tie before you try to make a soulmate. Because if you open up your legs and you start having sex with that person and then you find out like in a few seconds down the road that ain't that soulmate, you didn't waste it. She said, don't do it. Listen, Nish, what's up? Amen to that too, she said. And so listen, so that's it for today, B. I went a little bit over, but I think we got something out of it. Tomorrow, try to come back with listen and learn. I'm about to try to go to sleep. But listen, I love y'all, B. This is the bare truth, and we out.